Okay, the first mathematical operation that we'll take a look at is the multiplication of unsigned numbers. And let's look at an example where we are going to multiply 1010 multiplied with 1011. Both of these are unsigned numbers. Okay, so let's see the process. So I would like to multiply a 4-bit number with another 4-bit number. So what is going to be the answer size? For example, if I multiply a 4-bit number with a 4-bit number, the answer is always going to occupy 8 bits. Okay, it is simply the summation of the size of the two operands. The first operand is 4-bit multiplied by the second operand, which is 4 bits, which means the answer size is always going to be the summation of the two operand sizes. Okay, so let's do or look at the steps of doing this. So I am multiplying 1010 with the second number 1011. So what really we are doing is we have to be cautious about our columns. For example, some columns are drawn here. The meaning of this column, for example, is the column corresponding to 2 raised to 0. This is the column corresponding to 2 raised to 1. This is the column corresponding to 2 raised to 2, and so on. So we have to be careful where we are going to write our partial or intermediate steps. For example, the first thing that we do is we take this number, which is a 1 gets multiplied with all these binary digits over here, which means 1 multiplied with each and every item individually is going to be simply what? 1010 multiplied by 1 is simply equal to 1010. So this is going to be my first partial product. Then the second partial product is where I am going to multiply my 1010 with this second position 1. Second position meaning this is the position corresponding to 2 raised to 1. So we have to be careful where we are going to write our answer. So when I multiply this one with these 4 digits, it leads to this same number 1010, but we have to carefully write it in the correct place. So I am going to write it here 1010. So this is my second partial product. This is my first partial product. My third item, I am going to multiply this 0 with these 4 digits over here. So 0 multiplied with anything is going to lead to a 0, which means my third partial product that I will write is going to be 0 0 0 0. Make sure that you are writing it or starting to write the number exactly below the digit that you have multiplied with. Okay, next step. So this is obviously my P3. Now the fourth partial product, I am going to multiply 1010 with this 1. So it's obviously going to lead to what? 1010. It is important to write the partial product starting from this point. Why this point? Because we have multiplied it with this particular 1. Okay, so this is my fourth partial product. Now what we have to do is simply sum all of these up. Okay, so we sum this up. So do I have to sum up anything in this column with this particular 0 or whatever is the digit here? No, I don't see anything written here in this column, which means this number directly flows out as my answer. So this is the 0th bit of my answer, which comes out to be obviously 0. Then I have to sum these two up. 1 plus 0 is going to give me 1 and then a 0 carry in this column. So I have 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 is going to give me 1 and then going to give me a 0 in this column. Then 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 again gives me a 1 and 0 in this column. I have 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 is 1 plus 1 effectively means a 2. 2 means what? 1 in this column and a 0 in this column. Now 1 plus 0 is going to give me a 1. A 1 here continues as it is because 1 plus 0 gives me 0 and a 1. 0 plus 1 gives me a 1, and then the last column is going to be a 0. Why? Because I know that my answer is always going to be 8 bits. So how many columns do I have? I have column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So I know that there has to be a 0 that I need to write here, even though I am not getting anything that is coming out of this place. For example, when I have 0 plus 1 gives me a 1, but we have to write it in the carry and the sum format, which means I will write carry 0 and sum is equal to 1. So this 0 is actually the 0 coming out here. Obviously I am not adding anything here. There is nothing that is showing up here in these columns. So this is going to be your final answer. 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. So we go back to this. So we just saw the intermediate steps that we went through. So this final answer is telling me, meaning the steps are telling me that in the final answer, the first digit that you have here, which is part of your partial product 1, is not going to be added with anything else in this column. Hence this is simply going to flow out as if it is the answer. Then for all these columns I am actually adding more than 2 digits. Similarly, this column also I am adding more than 1 digit. Why? Because when I sum this up, so I have 1 plus 0 plus 0, I am going to get 0 and then a 1. So there is a 0 that is going as a carry out in this particular stage. It is the carry coming from this particular stage. So make sure that you do the process in the way that I have outlined over here while we work this example.